So, what's going on, everybody? Spicy topics. Ready to talk some spicy topics, and just wanted to mention a lot of things that's going on. And due to what's been in the news lately, we have Russell Simmons, Oprah Winfrey. We always covering R. Kelly. Person I did not mention in this live is Bill Cosby, but we definitely got to mention him. First, I want to start off with Cardi B. Cardi B said some things and done some things. She went to Ghana. We know she went to Ghana. Right before she went to Ghana, hey K baby. Right before Cardi went to Ghana, actually she went to Nigeria. She was in this sort of scandal where Jade is the woman that Cardi B is currently in court over. Just to recap, over Offset allegedly because of Offset flirting with Jade and her sister that she goes by Batty G. So stemming all the way from that, Cardi B's currently in court. And watching, you saw her with the big black duck looking long tail having jacket, coat with an oversized hood, which was extra, by the way. So just to catch you up to speed, that's what she had. So I'm going to now play a video Cardi B addressing some of her actions. Now, we went hard on her. When I say we, I mean me. And there is another blogger that I listen to, and I love her because she's like spicy times hot. And that's my radio. It's not that we choose to go in on certain people because we pick with them. It's just that you are carrying this rapping message, and who you're targeting, who your target audience is the black community. The problem is with networks, companies, and the like, is that they don't want to focus on the entitlement and the fact that for some reason we are not given the respect we deserve. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about. I want to talk about that. I want to start it off with Cardi B because she disrespects herself. And I've seen her do this over and over and over again until she actually pushed the love I have for her out. It's gone. It's not there. There are times when I hear her speak and it's not as ratchet. And hey, everybody in the chat. Hey everybody. So sometimes I hear her speak and I just want to say, you know what, that's cute, that's cool, that's this. The hey Texas Black Diamond. But then she says something reckless and disrespectful to herself, which it just reminds me of why I will not be on that wave. There are certain people that you'll find yourself up and down, up and down, up and down. What you're experiencing is their bipolar. You're experiencing the fact that they are not balanced. They're off kilter. So I refuse to let her be messing me up. And that's why I have chosen to just let go of Cardi B, until she gains self-respect and realize that her antics and take accountability that you lost me, along with a lot of other people. So we continue to be hard on her because she is what our kids, nieces, nephews, brothers, aunts, uncles, moms, grandmoms, even, as crazy as that is, are watching. They watch her. And the thing about it is, these are the type of women, these Instagram models, these women that go and they poke their behind with silicone. These are the women that are showing your kids, seducing your children, seducing your little girls, influencing them. Even women, grown women, still look up to younger women, wanting to be like them because they're full of no self-confidence, low self-esteem. So they look at these Instagram models. But look at Lyra Galore. Lyra Galore is beautiful. Currently suing her baby dad for physically harming her while she was pregnant. When I look at her Instagram pictures, it's a constant reminder that y'all, some of you are looking at these women. These women are looking at these rich rappers. The rich rappers that don't look good physically are able to get these women. That they have, they're insecure and they know they don't look good. They know they ugly. They know they don't look good. So they use their money, they use their power, they use their status, their material things. Keep on trying to attract these women on Instagram that show their naked bodies and twerk in your face. Before I go to Cardi B, there's a woman named Sarah Bartman. She's an African woman born sometime around 1789, South Africa. She had the biggest bazoo. She was one of the had the biggest behind, so big at the masters. Now we gotta remember YouTube. They don't want you to talk, but so she had a big butt, and it was the masters, slave masters, came and got her, took her from her family, took her from her kids. She didn't even speak. She was from Africa. She only spoke African language. Stole her, put her in a freaking circus for people to look at her, study her, be seduced by her. How you just imagine how she felt? There's a dance. I forgot what it's called. Start with an M. Africans did it. They probably still do it. Twerking came from Africa, and they did it. That was a dance, but it wasn't perverted. It was just their way, just like we dance. And even if it was that, they're in their country. You stole them out their house, their country, their family, from their children to bring them over here. And we got Instagram models that oh wait a minute. Sarah Bartman was taken assaulted for lack. I don't want to use the word, but she was assaulted by these people she don't know, put in a circus to be watched because she had a big behind, put in a cage with I think a hippopotamus. They changed her name to, they called her Hottentot Venus. Hottentot Venus. Who said, who want to name somebody like that? Some freaking pervert slave master. Hottentot Venus. She became an alcoholic and said that she had an STD and she passed away. And when she passed away, they had her in a museum, and they just recently buried her. She passed away at 26. They said from a sexually transmitted disease. She was raped constantly. But you have these women that just go out here, like, I'm sorry to tell you, but the Megan Thee Stallion, the Cardi B's, the Instagram models, all these twerking women that want to seduce, seduce, seduce. This woman was made to do that. It's stolen from her country. So that was my little educational piece. I thought that I mentioned that. Beyonce was going to do a movie on that. Ghana in the house. I love Ghana food. Oh yeah. So Beyonce was going to do a movie, but the people didn't want her to do it, so she didn't do it. So let's get to business, because I'm gonna talk. I just wanted to bring that in and talk about Cardi, because I last put up a video about her with her taking a dump online, showing the world how disgusting and disgraceful a person can be, a woman can be, a mother can be. But the thing about it, you don't make black people look bad. To me, in my opinion, you make a Latino look bad, and that's horrible. Because my sister-in-law is Latino, and she will argue me down like, no, she don't make me look bad. But at the end of the day, you are a Latino woman, and that is a disgrace. So she's going to go ahead and try to do what she does best, and try to not take accountability, act like she didn't know what she was doing. So I'm gonna show y'all that, and then I want to get into Russell Simmons and talk about R. Kelly was I saw going on with him, and just do a quick chat and make that be that. And thank y'all for coming to the chat. I appreciate y'all. Keep things moving. Here's Cardi B. Oh, so she's talking about Lizzo. Let me rewind it a little bit because I stopped it. So I'm gonna stop this. And somebody made a comment yesterday about me stopping the videos, but this is the whole purpose of me going live. I'm a visual person and I'm a speaker, so that's the way I conduct the lives. So I'm definitely going to be stopped because I definitely don't want to miss what I'm trying to say. Now, she's getting up, she's talking about what's extra. We see your frustration, but at the end of the day, you're the one in the club fighting. You're the one who has said you go online and you go live and you tell the world that you want to fight. You like fighting. You're the one that's always fighting. Let me take you back to when she was fighting. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all didn't even see. Y'all didn't see nothing. I just shows. I told you there's be some technical difficulties. Okay, it's horrible, but give me a second. I'm gonna do my thing anyway, so it don't really matter. Y'all ain't even hear it, but it's okay. Something else is
The
showing.
shit for the stomach.
Good Lord.
I know. Let me take this shit for my stomach, okay? Because my stomach is fucked up.
There you go.
What do you want? You don't want nothing. Because before I was on live, you didn't want nothing. What you need to do is go to bed. She's not sleeping because she fell asleep like at 9 o'clock and she woke up like 1. So let me tell, all right. All right. Let me drink this shit because my stomach is fucked up, my nigga. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Get to it,
Yeah,
Cardi.
so let's talk about this, right? So a lot of people been asking me, what do I, going on? A lot of people said that my outfit was extra. A lot of people keep saying that my outfit was extra to court, but the thing is that me going to court for a year and 3 months for a misdemeanor, I think that's extra. Let's fucking talk about that,
Okay,
okay?
I just talked about that, so I'm not going back over that. I already told you how I felt. You going to court was all because of your actions.
So a lot of people been asking me, what do I, we be having conversations and everything. A lot of people been asking me, what do I feel about this whole Lizzo situation in in the basketball game and everything. Everybody keep asking me, hey, how you feel about this Lizzo situation? Do you think she's wrong? Let me tell you something. I don't know Lizzo. We under the same label. We don't have each other's number. We never like talk like that with each other and everything. I don't know her like that. Like I said, everybody knows me. I don't really have friends in the music industry, but I met her a couple of times and I really like her attitude. Like I just don't feel like she comes off as fake or she comes off as she want to be cool with you or like hey like she's like starstruck because like you're like a celebrity or anything. I just feel like the giggly self that she is online, that's just really her, and that makes me like her. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes me like her, and that makes me want to root for her. You know what I'm saying? So like that whole basketball game thing, yes, it was a little bit too much. I personally wouldn't do it. But there's the thing, there's people like Lizzo and there's people like me that we are just sometimes a little bit extra, and sometimes we got to learn when we're doing too much. Sometimes we don't realize when we're doing too much. Like me, the other day, I took a shit on Instagram Live, and I had to do that. But I'm so extra that sometimes I don't know my limits, and
Now I'm gonna
sometimes
stop it, and that's all I want to hear from her. I'm cutting that off. But so my problem, okay, make sure I do this right because I be trying to get used to it. My problem is Cardi B said her going to court for a year and 3 months is extra, and I already went through that. Like you only going to court because it's something you did, and the reason she's an example is because she is an example. She is the one that's showing people how to act out. She says she's in well, I said she's entitled. To me, she is an entitled type of person. I don't know if Cardi B likes to be considered entitled because she's ghetto and hood. And if you ghetto and hood and you want to be like us, then you don't want people saying Cardi gets to get away with it, but nobody but Nicki can't. because that would make you feel like, oh, you're trying to say I'm not like you, I'm not like y'all. So I don't think she wants to be labeled entitled, but they favor her. She keeps talking about her stomach problems. Later, she was in the beginning talking about her stomach problems. Well, I remember Cardi B she did an interview, and on that interview, she told the man who was black that I hope your mother catch AIDS. So my thing is, Cardi, watch what you say, because that is a symptom. She's been going to the bathroom left and right, and if you ain't pregnant or you really sick, then you gotta watch what you say, because it could be that because of your reckless mouth. And to say she doesn't realize what she's saying and doing, is that it, Cardi, or you just didn't get the reaction you wanted? And if you was looking for a reaction, wouldn't that say you intentionally acted? So she acts like she doesn't know what she's doing, but that is not the truth. She absolutely knows what she's doing. The reason, okay, so what I wanted to talk about was comparing her to a Nicki Minaj. A Nicki Minaj, a sophisticated woman, beautiful woman, with or without makeup, with or without any type of enhancements, just beautiful inside out, constantly getting dogs, saying she's a biatch, saying she has an attitude. Well, as I always say, you gotta have some type of level of strength with you. You have to have you have to have a level of attitude too when you're a millionaire. And what's worse, someone taking a dump online, somebody fighting and telling you they fight and drugged and robbed men, or somebody that just say, I want it like this and I want it this way now. So that would be Nicki Minaj. Okay, so in other news, I wanted to talk a little bit about R. Kelly. Not much is going on with him, but there's some. So I'm going to talk a little, just read y'all what's going on with him. Let's take a look. I want to make sure I get this share so I can show you. Okay, finally. So exclusive. You probably don't see that. Sorry. Exclusive. Prosecutors concerned about R. Kelly's reading issues and demand video conference. R. Kelly wanted to skip a video conference to plead not guilty in writing over charges. He helped Aaliyah get a fake ID, but prosecutors had some concerns. So he didn't want to go. I mean, he's probably embarrassed. You're embarrassed. You don't want to go. You don't want to deal with the Aaliyah thing. You don't want to talk about that. He said that several times, that he does not want to talk about that. That's in the past. That we ain't talking about that, because like Dr. Rice said, a no, it means never happened. R. Kelly's smart. He's very intelligent. So it's that R. Kelly's attempts to waive his arraignment in writing has failed miserably, and it's all because of an alleged reading disability. Last week, R. Kelly was hit with a superseding 12-count indictment with a new charge of bribery over allegations he helped orchestrate the purchase of a fake ID so he could marry the late singer Aaliyah. R. Kelly, who was sitting in prison in the Cook County Jail in Chicago, claimed he was too scared to fly an hearing to NY to face the new allegation. Greenberg admitted he had to read the complaint to the troubled R&B singer, who supposedly completely understood the indictment. This is Mr. Greenberg, Stephen. I have met with Mr. Kelly, provided him with a copy of the superseding indictment, read it to him, and made sure that he understands it. R. Kelly's attorney, Stephen Greenberg, revealed in court last week. But U.S. prosecutors trying R. Kelly are not taking any chances. So he tried to he didn't want to go. R. Kelly did not want to go. He did not want to show up on the video conference. But attorneys for the defendant have previously stated that the defendant suffers from a learning disability that adversely affects his ability to read, and that in essence he cannot, wrote U.S. Prosecutor Richard P. Donahue. Accordingly, the government submits that an arraignment by video will best ensure that the defendant has sufficient understanding of the charges returned against him. Prosecutors are demanding R. Kelly be ordered to attend the conference on December 18th. So we know that he's going to have to go to concert on December 18th. Not much to that. Um, things I'm not gonna I have not been trying to just make up things just because. If there's nothing to it, then I'm just gonna leave it there. They are demanding that R. Kelly go. Thanks, Tanya. That he goes. Hey, Capricorn. You know what? I ain't even. It's 12:50 a.m. Yep, it is the morning. What's going on, J Rock and everybody else? Arlene. So 50 Cent has been in the articles because of we know about Oprah and a thing going on with Russell Simmons. So let me just get there. In other news, reading a Los Angeles Times article, I looked, and Oprah Winfrey is set to do a documentary set to destroy Russell Simmons' name. But somehow she missed a man named Brett. What's his name? Brett Ratner. So Brett Ratner is also in connection with Russell Simmons. And I heard Boyce Watkins actually bring his name up. And when I read the article, it registered. The crazy thing is I tweeted the woman that wrote this one story because the title was saying something like Russell Simmons attacks Russell Simmons attacks Oprah. And she just made it as if it was he's completely attacked Oprah. But that's not what he did. And I told her that he should have attacked her because you're accusing him. You're doing a documentary. He has daughters. He has family. You're gonna destroy this man's life and the kid's life. Because now it's embarrassing. Their dad is gonna be called an atheist. And they're gonna go through a lot of hard shit because you want to bring up a documentary. But my question though is why are you not talking about Brett Ratner? Brett Ratner has over 18 women saying that he straight went for it on them, but you're talking about Russell Simmons, and we know that 50 Cent, Lil Duval spoke up for him, and I commend them for doing that. I commend them speaking up because it's not enough celebrities that will do that. Not enough celebrities that's gonna do that. And Little Duval, where's my little thing at? Okay, I don't even know if y'all see this, but let me check. Nope. But that's all right. I'll just read this one. So this is the New York Post. 50 Cent and Russell Simmons bash Oprah over Me Too documentary. And I'm not reading all this, but you already know what happened. You already know what happened. Media mogul Oprah Winfrey's forthcoming Me Too documentaries already sparking controversy. Hip hop artist 50 Cent took to Instagram on Thursday, writing, "I don't understand why Oprah is going after black men." Along with the photo of Winfrey and Russell Simmons, the latter of whom was accused of sexual misconduct in 2017, Simmons, a 62-year-old music mogul, has denied the allegations. So 50 Cent was like, no Harvey Weinstein, no Epstein, just Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons. And he also says R. Kelly here on the bottom. Also uploaded Thursday, 50 shared a what's that word? Composite image of 6 men: Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Weinstein, Jeffrey, Kevin Spacey, Donald Trump. The first 2 men have the word jail written under their faces. Well, now Oprah is going after Russell Simmons. We know that. He's going after Russell Simmons. So, my thing is, how is this an attack? You're defending yourself. He has every right to attack Oprah. Accusing a man of rape, but surrounding yourself around so long if it benefits you. Because every one of these women that claim that they were mishandled by Russell Simmons, they all was in his house. Now I don't want now I do not want to victim blame. I do not want to victim shame. I don't want to do that. Russell Simmons could be guilty as hell because based on what you read, it sounds like he is to me. It does. Based on, and I don't want to be the one I'm not gonna automatically take his side because he's a black man. Because that's not fair to the pain and suffering that somebody could have had. But still my question is, why are you only going after Russell Simmons and you got a man named Brett Ratner who was actually cool with Russell Simmons, who actually rolled with Russell Simmons? Did I stop the thing? I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me because I'm gonna get a new program because it's going back and forth thing. And let me just give you a breakdown of him too while I'm doing that. Brett Ratner, he is the director of X-Men and Rush Hour. He started off early, I believe, in the 90s. and he's Hollywood's, he became a playboy. He made himself to be like a ladies man, white guy. And he is implicated in Russell Simmons' situation. Where there's one of Russell Simmons' alleged victims that said Brett was there too. Brett was there too. And I'm looking for my note. One of them said Brett was there too. Honey, I don't even know where they at. But there we go. Let's just go to Brett. Okay. Yes, Tavis Smiley was a person that was a victim of the Me Too movement. But the difference with him, oh shit, it came right up. The difference between him and everybody else that I'm seeing is that he actually fought back against the movement. So I'm gonna play a video so that way I don't have to read. I did it right, so it should play, and you should hear it. And I know y'all know who Tavis Smiley is because he had a show at one point, and he's like a political person. He wrote some books. He had his own company. Tavis Smiley fires back at sexual harassment allegations. Lord, let this work. This thing is very.
He's
Here
the
we go.
award-winning, sometimes controversial host known for hard-hitting questions.
You think that the government assistance that goes to these babies outstrips the billions of dollars generated in this income by the work done by undocumented workers?
Tavis Smiley, host of his own late-night PBS show, is hitting back against allegations of sexual misconduct.
I have never groped,
Can
inappropriately
y'all hear
exposed
this and
myself,
see this?
or coerced any colleague in the workplace ever in my 30-year career.
Vigorously defending himself in this Facebook video after PBS indefinitely suspended distribution while investigating allegations Smiley engaged in sexual relationships with multiple subordinates. Some of those people reportedly claim they believe their jobs depended on their sexual relationship with Smiley, and that the host created a verbally abusive and threatening environment.
PBS launched this so-called investigation of me without ever even telling me about it.
PBS tells ABC News, following receipt of a complaint, PBS hired an independent law firm to conduct an investigation, and we stand by its integrity, saying that the investigation revealed multiple sexual relationships with subordinates over many years and other acts that together constitute a pattern of conduct inconsistent with the values and standards of PBS. Retail giant Walmart, a major sponsor of Smiley's show, said they are troubled by the recent allegations and will be cutting ties with Smiley pending the outcome of PBS's investigation. As the fallout continues for the 53-year-old broadcaster, he says PBS rushed to judgment and trampled on a reputation he spent a lifetime trying to establish.
It's time for a real conversation in this country about where the lines are, about how men and women can engage each other in the workplace.
Mills Entertainment confirms to ABC they are no longer moving forward with Smiley's Death of a King, a live theatrical experience about Martin Luther King. And Hay House, which distributes the Smiley book imprint, has told us they have put all of Smiley's projects on hold pending an internal review of the facts. Paula.
All right, Lindsay, thank you so much for reporting. Now we want to welcome Tavis Smiley to the studio. Tavis, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Paul.
And first and foremost, you deny any wrongdoing, correct?
Absolutely. I have never groped. I have never coerced. I have never exposed myself inappropriately to anyone in 30 years, over 6 different networks. And there's never been any allegation of that. I celebrate and applaud these women who've had the courage to come out and to tell their truth and lead us in a conversation about how to create healthy workspaces. And I've had some of those women on my program, in fact. At the same time, I want to make sure that we don't lose all sense of nuance and proportionality in this conversation, because if we do, then people end up being guilty simply by accusation.
I want to get more into the conversation a little bit, but you admit to having consensual sexual relationships with your subordinates. Do you understand how that could be viewed as an abuse of power?
Well, absolutely. I certainly understand people who have a viewpoint that any consensual relationship in the workplace is wrong. There are some people who believe that there is no such thing as a consensual relationship in the workplace. I hear that point of view and I respect it. But there are also other points of view on this. My company, and let me be clear, I own my company, PBS distributes my content.
Sure.
In our employee handbook, while we do not encourage office relationships, we don't forbid them either. And we don't forbid them, Paula, because I don't know where your heart's going to lead you. I don't know who you're going to hang out with or date or fall in love with. And indeed, there are millions of Americans watching this program right now who met their spouses at work.
But how can you be certain that these women didn't feel that they were going to lose their job?
Because I never gave any favoritism upward or downward. I never promoted anybody, demoted anybody because of that.
Anyone that you were in a relationship with?
I have never, ever given, first of all, I don't run I own the company. There's a team of people that run the company. And I have never given anyone any employment instruction to do anything to anyone with whom I had a consensual relationship.
So you said you didn't fire anyone whom you had a consensual sexual relationship with. Any of those women that you had a relationship with, are they still on your staff?
One person is, yes.
One person is. Were you ever told by a peer, a subordinate, or an employer or employee that anything you did or said made them feel uncomfortable?
Never.
Never. Sources tell ABC News that you've also been accused of, quote, sexually explicit messages and unwelcome banter about women's lives. So what are you talking about here?
I have no idea. I sat with people.
Did you ever send lewd text messages?
I've never sent lewd text messages to anyone. In a consensual relationship, we use text messages to communicate in consensual relationships. But I've never done that to an employee ever.
Some have alleged that you also created, quote, a verbally abusive and threatening environment. What's your response to that?
Not true. I have an intense environment. I have a television show, a radio program, a podcast. We run a foundation. I have a speakers bureau. We have a book imprint, as you just mentioned a moment ago, as Lindsay did. And so it's a very intense environment. Some of the most intense places in our business are in control rooms around this country.
Okay, I'm going to stop it, guys. What do y'all think about that? I just want to engage. What do y'all think about that? I like how Tavis, he always takes up for himself. He defends himself, and he's sticking to the fact that it was a consensual situation. So Me Too, you could tell that she's trying to push this narrative that is more to it, that he actually assaulted somebody and also made them afraid, intimidated them. And he's like, no. As a matter of fact, the environment I work in, my company, is an intense environment. So if you can't handle it, you can't take the heat out of the kitchen. Hi, April. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm telling you, this going live ain't easy. It's not easy. In midstream, it just, y'all don't know, the thing just shut down on me. I had to click on Chrome again. But I want to get back to this because it's important.
For everyone. So it might be that the environment wasn't good for you. So these environments are intense at times. And I hate the word brand. I may be the brand, the face of my company, but I'm not an inanimate object. I have feelings, I have emotions. And when the ball gets dropped on something, I have to deal with that. So those conversations might be intense, but I'm not an angry black man. And this notion of a hostile environment just doesn't fit.
And you called the PBS investigation sloppy. You were upset that they didn't tell you that investigation was going on, but you also say that you weren't allowed to show proof that these relationships were consensual. What kind of proof do you have?
I think anyone who's ever been in a consensual relationship can prove it with letters, cards, gifts, and certainly photographs. But PBS only agreed to talk to me after weeks of an investigation, which they didn't tell me about. So let's just back up for a second if we can.
But are they supposed to tell you that they're investigating you? Do they have to?
PBS never informed me that a complaint had even been alleged. I was never told there was a complaint. I was never told there was an investigation. I found out about it from former staffers who were getting these strange phone calls asking strange questions. And so I was unaware of it to begin with. But after finding out about it, my attorneys contacted the PBS investigators and offered to have me come talk to them whenever they wanted. They did this for weeks and refused to talk to me. They were prepared to close this investigation without talking to me. Only under the threat of lawsuit did they agree to sit down and talk to me. And when they did, they talked to me for 3 hours. And they never told me who the accusers were, what the allegations were, never allowed me to provide any information.
Is it important to you to know who your accusers are?
It's important to sit in a meeting and at least understand what we're talking about. If we're talking for 3 hours and all the questions are vague and there's no specificity, no persons, no places, no times, it's hard to sit for 3 hours and talk without knowing what you're talking about.
But I think most of your employees had to sign non-disclosures. They feel threatened. They're scared to come forward and to publicly reveal who they are.
Well,
see how she keeps trying to push the narrative that they're threatened and scared? He just explained, and he said something key. He was not even informed. He didn't even know it was an investigation going on. And she's like, well, do you have to know it's an investigation? Well, wouldn't you want to know? I mean, if somebody's saying you harmed them or if I feel like, just like a boss and an employee, there's a chain of command. If you feel like you're not being treated fair, you have to go to the next person. And if you don't feel comfortable going to your supervisor, you go above your supervisor. But it's asked of you. It would be hope that you would let the person know what they did to insult or offend you. So in my opinion, yes, you should have told him that he was being investigated. Absolutely.
I'm not sure I believe that, number one. But number two, all I'm saying is in an investigation for 3 hours, if I don't know what we're talking about and there's no specificity, how can I answer the question? So I answer the questions to the best of my ability, but it gets worse than that. When this 3 hour meeting was over again, which only happened under the threat of lawsuit, they did not intend or had never agreed to talk to me, nor did they talk to any of my current staff. They didn't talk to my COO. They didn't talk to my HR person. So anyone who thought that something happened to them for whatever reason, no complaints were ever filed, number one. And number two, this investigation did not include talking to anyone on my current staff. And the minute that 3 hour meeting was over, within minutes almost, within an hour and a half, I think, PBS acknowledged to us, sent a letter to my attorneys, that they were using a clause in my contract to no longer distribute my show. 12 minutes thereafter, this story posted on Variety. Now, I don't know how you write a story, research a story, get quotes from unnamed sources, presumably at PBS, put links in the story and do all that in 12 minutes. Something is awry here.
Do you regret anything that you've done?
Oh, absolutely. I've made mistakes. I've written 2 books. I've written 2 books about all the mistakes I've made in my career and the lessons I've learned from them. I recall once sitting in a conversation with a person who was interested in being a producer on our show. It was supposed to be a short 30-minute meeting. For a couple hours, we're sitting there talking. At the end, I said to her, my Lord, you're brilliant, you're smart, you're gorgeous. I'd rather date you, I think, than have you work for me.
Yeah.
And I realized immediately what a mistake it was to make that comment. I went back immediately and apologized to her, and the situation was resolved. But yeah, I've made mistakes because I'm human. I'm not perfect. But it doesn't rise to the level of wrongful termination.
And real quick, if PBS reinstates you, will you go back?
I don't know. That's a big decision. PBS made a huge mistake here. They need to fix this. They need to correct it. But I don't know the answer to that.
Sounds like you're willing to go pretty far to fight this.
I'm gonna do anything to protect my reputation.
All right, Tavis.
Okay, so I just thought that was cool. Let me make sure it stopped. Okay. Woo! Telling y'all this ain't easy. Now, that's why I don't go live, but I gotta do it. And thank y'all for coming to do it with me. That sounds crazy. But I like Tavis Smiley, and I did a video about him before because I like to see when men fight back. I like to see when men stand up for themselves. But if you powerless or if you are just voiceless, then I'm here to stand up for you. And I feel like with R. Kelly, I feel like R. Kelly is his power is not with speaking. I don't know if it's about fighting with words with him. It's through his music. R. Kelly is intelligent. You know, even down to the fact, like I said, he didn't want to show up to that conference call. And just thinking about with Dr. Rice, when Dr. Rice did his live and he talked about the annulled marriage, maybe R. Kelly already was thinking like that. Like, he's a very intelligent guy. So yeah, I'm glad. So I wanted to get to Jenny Lumet. Hopefully the video plays. God knows. She is let's see. Jenny Lumet. She is one of the alleged victims that said that Russell Simmons took advantage, let's just say. So let's see if everything goes right. We're gonna see. Oh no, wait, gotta stop. But yeah, she's one of them. It's a lot of them, man. It's a lot of them. I don't know what to believe, to be honest, y'all. I don't know what to believe. But let's listen to this. This is one of the other victims. I don't even know if it's her. Hold up.
My friend at the time was working for KT92.
Sherry
I was known
Hans.
for starting the first all-female gay rap group. So that's how I knew Russell from Mercedes Ladies. At the time, she was going to interview one of Curtis.
Nice, y'all can't even see it.
And I had ran into Russell, and he was there with her when I went with her. And he asked me to come to his new office, come see his new office that they was just starting up, Rush Productions. He said, there's no furniture in there, but you need to come. And in my thought, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go because I want to know why you did Mercedes, why you did us wrong, as far as with the record deal. Mm-hmm. So when I got there, he told me to sit down, and I'm sitting. Then he sat down next to me, and it was weird because it just happened so fast. It was like, next thing you know, I'm being pinned down, and I'm like, no, get off of me. Like, what are you doing? And he still was pinning me down, and I was trying to like maneuver and get out of it. I was Bronx girl, so I'm already like, I kind of have to, hurt this guy, but he just held me down, and I was like, and then it was a lamp there. I'll never forget. It was some lamp, and I was trying to grab it. And it hurt. It happened so fast. Then next thing I know, that my pants was down, and he was having his way, and I was like,
oh my God.
And then when he finished, I left. I ran out of there, and I left, and I was crying, and I stood at the elevator, looked like forever, and I just couldn't believe I was just violated like that. And more so that, like, I felt embarrassed. I felt used, worthless. And why I use those words is because Russell knew how Mercedes Ladies, we went up against an all-male arena, how we came from single homes. We was only all women that
Your
went up
story
against
was one of empowerment.
Empowerment. And he came to my home, and he met my mom, who was a single mom that had 10 kids that she was raising. So for him to do this, and then I ran back, and I just got my friend, Simone, and she was like, what happened? And I was, let's just go, let's go. But I was crying, but I told her, and she's like, Sherry, we got to tell your mom. I was like, no, we're not telling my mother. My mother would kill me. Like, what did you go up there for? And then she was also going through things. So it was so, the way I felt at the time, like, I can't believe this man just violated me like I was nothing.
I know that you say you had similar feelings.
Okay. Stop. All right. So what do y'all think? Like, do you believe her? I'm not gonna just say I don't believe everybody that say they've been violated just because. Now, I got an issue though with these men too. Keep your goddamn hands off of women. Keep your hands. Like, if somebody don't want you, you can't force your way. Somebody reject you, move on. Like, you can't force your way. And then later on, you want to go sit Indian style on a chair while talking to Oprah, and that's supposed to look normal, because that's what Simmons does. That I'm listening to you, Ricotta. Let me put this here. So, see, so he got her pants down all while holding her hand. Some of the stories, though, they do sound bogus. I'm trying to feel my way through it. Some of the stories sound crazy. Like, one of them said that he made her, I think it was the other guy, Brett, he made one of the women give him brain. So how that happen? How that happen? How do you make somebody do that? And that's what I have a problem with Anita Clark's story. I'm like, how do you make me do that? Because I'm a punch, I'm going to scratch, I don't care. You might beat me up, but you going to come out with some scratches. You're going to come out with some bruises, some bite marks. It's okay, Tex. I've been having some technical difficulties, God knows, but I'm gonna just keep it moving. I'm gonna just keep it moving. So let me see what y'all saying. Let me see, because I don't know. I don't know. We know what to believe. So Lakeisha said they are trying to destroy our black men. It's sad, and yes, I want to see my accursed. What's wrong with that? They are going to have to show their face at some point. Money talks in the Me Too movement. Exactly. And that's what it's all about. It's all about money. It's all about money. Like 50 Cent said, why are you only going after black men? Damn, Brett Ratner. He was the Jenny, too many names. Jenny Lemont. She is the one that was cool with Russell. She was the one cool with Russell. And Brett, she said Brett helped Russell. Brett also has all these charges against him. People are saying, though, I heard some people saying that Oprah can't because it's a conflict of interest because of her company. But when does integrity matter? Like, when do you stop selling out? When do you walk with integrity? Hey, Lisa. Let me put this up. I'm just joining. Did that woman say how old she was with this allegedly happening? I don't even know. Her name was Shrine or something like that. I mean, we can find out. Let's see. Y'all ain't gonna hear it though. Damn it. I know these things happened back in the 90s. Like, a lot of this stuff. When was that group Mercedes? She was in a group.
Interview.
I just want to hear how old she
I was known for starting the first all-female gay rap group. So that's how I knew Russell from Mercedes Ladies.
Okay, Mercedes Ladies. I just wanted to hear that part. Mercedes Ladies. I don't know, child. Mercedes Ladies. She said she was the first gay rap group. Is this her? Yeah. This is not. This is her. Share. Oh no, we can't listen to music. Get me.
of the USA, as they like to say.
That's right.
But let me ask you this. Some people might have heard the name Sherry Cher, but for those who don't, why should they know your name? And why should they know the crews that you used to run with? Why should they know their name?
Well, they should know their name, which is the Mercedes Ladies, who actually was the first all-female DJ and MC crew in history.
Oh
we
my
were
God.
the first females that, when we came along, it was female MCs that was like Sha Rock, Pebbly Pool, MC Smiley, Lisa Lee. It was single female rappers, but it was never in history an all-female DJ crew, which we had 4 MCs. Everdef, Zena Z, me, Sherry Cher, and RD Smiley, Tracy T, Baby D, and LaSpank was one of the, came later on, but she was one of we ended up having 3 DJs, and we had a crew of 21. It was
there were 21 people in the Mercedes Ladies?
It was 21. Well, actually, it was 6 of us that were the performers, but the other girl we was a crew, an all-female crew, so they would rock the sweatshirts and walk around and represent our name. And we used to be out there in the parks. We paved the way as far as the grinders. We used to be out there in the parks and PAL on the corners and stuff like that, along with the rest of the guys, Flash and Theodore L. Brothers. Their manager's the one that started us. And we used to be out there.
What was the manager's name?
Okay, she never said, but I want to play Brett Ratner's Accuser Speaks Out. I want to put him out here while I'm on here. Put him out there. Fuck. Natasha Henstridge, maybe having some names, details assault allegations against Brett on Megan Today. I'm playing all these people's videos. I hope they don't.
I want to begin with this, our exclusive interview with actress Natasha Henstridge, who along with 8 other women have now publicly accused movie director Brett Ratner of disturbing sexual misconduct, even rape. While Ratner categorically denies claims of sexual misconduct, the LA Times reporter who first broke this story says other individuals have reached out to the LA Times privately about Ratner. How many others? They say the number is now 45. Henstridge's account is one of the most disturbing of outright sexual assault. Watch.
I think someone's at the door.
Don't go. Natasha Henstridge has it all. Looks, acting chops, a family. You may know her best from her breakthrough role as an alien-human hybrid in the 1995 film Species. She was 20 when she starred in the movie, just 1 year after she says she was assaulted by then up-and-coming director Brett Ratner.
What's up, man?
Ratner went on to become a powerhouse in Hollywood. To date, his films, from Rush Hour to X-Men: The Last Stand, have reportedly grossed more than $2 billion. But now, at least 9 women are speaking out about him, accusing Ratner of sexual harassment and misconduct. Henstridge herself revealing in an October 12th tweet, Harvey Weinstein is not the only major Hollywood predator out there. That's for sure. I know firsthand. And about 2 weeks ago, telling the Los Angeles Times about the night she found herself alone with Ratner in an apartment in the mid-90s. She says she fell asleep after hanging out with friends. When she woke up, all of her friends had left. That's when she says she got up to leave and Ratner blocked the door, then forcing her to perform oral sex on him. Although he acknowledges spending time with Henstridge, Ratner disputes her claims, through his attorney accusing Henstridge of being upset after learning my client had a girlfriend who he would not leave for her. But the allegations against Ratner continue to mount, including from actress Olivia Munn, who says he pleasured himself in front of her in his trailer on the set of After the Sunset in 2004. Ratner vehemently disputes that claim and categorically denies all allegations of sexual misconduct. Natasha Henstridge is with us now. Natasha, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Megan.
What is it like to see him in that piece?
Gosh, it's really hard to watch. It's hard to hear the denials and it's hard to watch. And yeah, I'm so emotional right now. I'm so sorry.
It's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking. Obviously, I never thought I'd be on your show talking about something.
But the crazy thing is, my fault, is that Brett Ratner's lawyer said none of them took him to court or look for any money. So I want to know why y'all come on the media if y'all not trying to put the man in, behind bars. I don't understand it.
This side or anything personal really on that level, other than, your fun things where you're promoting your shows and your movies and you're having a laugh and joking around and stuff. So something this personal is very, very difficult.
But to your credit, because so many actresses have come out with these allegations in a tweet or on Facebook and refuse to go on camera. And, a lot of people in this country don't follow Twitter and they don't read the Hollywood Reporter, but they watch the Today Show.
Mm-hmm. I did not want to do that. I did not want to be on camera either. I'll be honest with you.
It's hard.
I really didn't.
Okay, y'all, I know I got to stop it again, but she doesn't even want to be on camera. So I get the impression that these people like Megan and Gail, it's all about self-interest. Like, she's not even wanting to be on camera. They probably pressured her to come on camera because they wanted to take Brett down. But obviously they're more concerned with Russell.
Take us back, if you would. You're 19 years old. This is before we all knew you,
Right.
the way we now know you.
Right.
And you're up and coming in the business. And what did you think of him when you met him?
I was actually strictly speaking, before I actually was acting in the business.
Modeling?
I knew him through a group of friends. I was modeling at the time and doing TV commercials and sort of just starting off. And I knew him only through a group of friends. I mean, we had some mutual friends that we spent time with in group dynamics. Only
Mutual
a couple
friends.
of times. I did not know him well at all. So we were in group situations 2 or 3 times, I believe. And like your thing said, basically found myself with a group at night, hanging out, watching a movie at an apartment around the corner from where I lived, which I assumed was his apartment. Again, I didn't know him well. I'd never been there before. It was 6 or 7 of us there. And we all sort of fell asleep, or what I thought. We were just dozing off watching a film. And when I woke up, I was alone there with him and tried to leave. And one thing led to another, and he didn't, he was not going to allow me to leave. So he blocked the door and didn't let me leave. And it got really scary from there.
Do you remember what was going through your mind in that moment?
At first, I thought he was just coming on strong and trying to convince me that, that there was something between us and that, he was just trying to be super convincing. So initially, that was my initial thought until I made more of an effort to sort of get out. And that's when I realized he wasn't.
I'm sorry, but I will probably. You're not going to do that. Okay, guys, I'm over that now. But because she's painfully having a hard time doing this, and it's painful to watch. But I just. I feel like it's not even something that she wanted to do, and it was probably just them, pressuring her to go. So let me just see what y'all doing before I stop doing what I'm doing here. Yeah, she is. She's making me feel like uncomfortable. She's talking very uncomfortable, like she didn't really want to be on the show. Exactly. And I believe her. I believe the woman. I believe that the dude took advantage. I believe that he is a Hollywood guy. And at the time, he thought he had more power and influence over her. I think they said she was like 17 or 18. I think. And I think he just used his power and he never thought that this would happen. I could be wrong. You don't believe him, Mom? You don't believe her story? And then I feel like she could be, maybe it's not that big of a deal, but there was another woman that her and Brett agreed to drop it. She didn't even want to go forward. I mean, put yourself in a position. It's a guy, you over his house. I've been in that situation. He's trying to pressure you. And you like, no, because you're not feeling him. You don't like him. He's not your type. He's not your type. So I kind of get the impression that that's probably the case. But yeah, anyway, y'all, that was it. It's pretty much it. I just wanted to bring up Brett because I didn't know about Brett. I didn't know Brett was also a friend of Russell. They was cool. And if you're gonna call out Russell, I don't know how she left out that man. So you said nah, she isn't comfortable talking. No, she wasn't. Very, very shy, wasn't comfortable, but I do get the impression, like I said, that she probably wasn't as, I don't know if she was that affected. I mean, I don't know if she was that, you probably got older, you probably healed and realized you're sort of, it wasn't, I don't know if it was as big as it's as they're showing it to be. I don't know. Hey, Nurse Bun. Yeah. Read your comments. And so what else we got for we in the live? So, but there was other people. There was a lady named Carrie Clausen. She was alleged Simmons victim. Alleged says that she was assaulted in his house, in his apartment in 1991, and that's the one that says he forced her to give him oral. But she also said Brett was separate. He says has separately been accused. He helped Simmons lure her to the apartment and watch. She claims that he watched, and her name was Carrie Lawson. And like I said, the problem is they hanging around too many women, and it's just not a good look to be around that many women, bringing them to your home and getting all crazy and touching me. That ain't going down like that. Keep your paws to yourself. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Obviously, I'm winding down a little bit, but just wanted to bring some of these people out and see what y'all thought about. Do you believe them or not? Here's supermodel Carrie Clausen, but that ain't nothing about him. So let me see. That's nothing about Russell. Russell, what's this? VNW something.
Twitter users were generally not surprised when Def Jam Recordings mogul Russell Simmons was accused of rape. Model Carrie Clausen colleague came forward on Sunday, telling the Los Angeles Times Simmons and Brett Ratner allegedly raped her in 1991 when she was 17 years old. She met up with the powerful duo at a casting call. After going to dinner in New York, Simmons invited her to his apartment to watch a music video. He started to rip off her clothes, and when she wanted Ratner to help her, she realized they were in it together. I looked over at Brett and said, "Help me," and he'll never forget the look on his face, she told the LA Times. Keep up with this story and more by subscribing now. Simmons was double her agent.
See, you ain't gonna be doing all that. I don't know if these dudes was on something. Oh my God. I don't know if these guys was on something or what. All right. I don't know if they was taking drugs or if this thing really went down like that. Let's see what you say. I want to point out something about Drea Demetrius and this bullshit Aaliyah situation. I know it's off topic, but I've been researching some things. Okay, what's going on? Because it ain't off topic. We can talk about it. With what got their career, so no, they are white women got their career, so no, they are not going to tell anything. And you know what? They don't. Even they protect each other. You know, they protect each other. Put my nice fancy thing up. I done made up. I done created. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what you wanted to say, Nurse Vaughn. Nurse Vaughn, what you wanted to say. For the most part, with the Andrea situation, I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit too late to be out of it now. You destroy the relationship. You help destroy the relationship between your own kids and their father. She had so much to say in all those interviews. Hold up, y'all. TMZ be tripping, so I wasn't trying to pull that up. But you know what? I'm gonna pull it up. I seen other people had it. Did you want to see the interview? It's too much to do on this damn thing. I'll give me another program. TMZ might get me, but I'm gonna play this.
This is great.
Hear her from the beginning.
Good day so far. It is Thursday.
Oh,
and you
this
already
is
know
somebody's video.
Documentary. You did not go to the therapist.
Oh, I better not play that. That's somebody else's video. Yeah, but anyway, y'all, I don't really got much of anything else to talk about. I thought it would be good to bring up Brett because he is implicated. He's in that too, so I don't get why Oprah Winfrey, she refuses to talk about white men and any other kind of man, any other race, except her own kind. So I thought I'd bring up Brett because I didn't know anything about the man. Just seeing if there was anything else. Yeah, like were there rumors? Like I wonder, like if you know that you're running in these circles and you know each other. Were there any rumors like that? Oh no, Brett crazy. Brett did this. Brett forces himself on somebody. Don't go there because these women kept getting caught up in the man's house. So I don't get it. I don't get how. That's the part where I don't get. How did you end up in somebody's house? All these women ended up in the man's house. Now, so Moni says, let's put it up here. Drea can hush talking about she about to sue Lifetime. Nope. Didn't you write that fine print in that contract? Exactly. You know it. She's just, I think that a lot of our work, which is draining, but a lot of the calling them out on their stuff, I think that kind of intimidated. I don't know. If you're gonna come correct. You wouldn't be scared if you was being honest. And if you had the right intentions, what are you afraid of? What are you ashamed of? Stand firm on stand your ground. But it's not on stable foundation. It's not on a solid foundation. Like I said on Hollywood Exes, she says I got a divorce because I looked around and we just kept having kids and I realized it's about my career or his or the kids. And I chose me. So that's what you said back when you were on Hollywood Exes. So now you're saying you left because of abuse, right? According to legal, is when the marriage is annulled, that means it never existed. And now I get why R. Kelly was never admitting to a marriage and denying a marriage. He was never anything to marriage. He never, because it was annulled. So that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Questions. Got questions. If a man flirts or makes sexual connotations and you're not flattered, maybe uncomfortable, is that considered rape? Like if a man push up on you, make maybe strong advances at you, like touch your face, try to hug you, is that rape? Is that considered misconduct? That's a question. How long has the woman known these men? That's what I wanted to know. She answered. She said she didn't know him. One person said she didn't really know that guy. She was hanging around some friends. Because I just wanted to understand. Because if you know or not know them, but know of them or frequent their circles, you will hear rumors. So why would you go to his house? I know people keep saying, what you say, Kelly divorced Drea. Well, then if you said you looked up the records, and it is what it is. Exactly. They need to let Aaliyah rest. let her rest. But they not. They need to let her rest in peace, but they're not. And if they were so concerned, then why talk about it now? What happened during the year of Sex Me, Baby? That was my song too. Sex Me, Baby. Yeah, y'all. That was my song back then. But what happened in between? If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. What happened? What happened then? What happened? What happened in between time? In the meantime, like why wasn't y'all concerned about all that back then when them hits was going? Your love is a 1 in a million. Remember that? Like where was the concern and the outrage? It's all happening now. And this thing with Russell and Brett, really Brett, they didn't start saying anything. These women didn't start accusing him until after the Harvey Weinstein thing. How do you get courage just because? Well, I guess you asked that question and it kind of makes sense. You get the courage after somebody else speaks. No, people are pushing you to say something. They bringing you. They want their agenda is to bring you on so you can be a part of it. Demetrius Nudria was a dancer on a bus. Yeah. What, he denied it? I think Demetrius is in love with R. Kelly. Demetrius, I've listened to his interview and he said repeatedly, all his words was wrapped around that he cared about R. Kelly. His heart was broken over R. Kelly. He actually said I fell for him. He said I fell for him. So I think Demetrius was in love with R. Kelly. That's what I think. I think there's an element of jealousy. I think that's why he stole R. Kelly's money. He said that. He did an interview with Nick at Night, actually. And she was looking at him like, okay. Because he said he took money. He was hungry. His woman was hungry. He went and R. Kelly wasn't around. He went and got his card. Oh, I didn't steal. I just took the money. Okay, what the hell? That means you stole. It wasn't yours. But I really think in his psyche, he thought he was, what's the word? He thought that was okay. Justified. Because I think the man was in love with R. Kelly. It says, as spicy topics, can you go back to Drea Profiles season 1 on Hollywood Exes and point out how she says R. Kelly chased her for 2 years? Yes, I can. Give me something to do. Because I like notes, y'all. I'm a little bit shy on live, y'all. I don't really do the live, but I'm not the one. I ain't the one. I ain't gonna let shy stuff keep me down. I'm gonna be on the live until it's okay. And then these technical problems, oh my God. Y'all don't know how frustrated I'll be. The thing actually ended. I'm getting it now, Miss Bowen. The thing actually dropped off. Y'all was still on live. I was shocked. Okay, Hollywood Exes. I just had to remember. Absolutely. And that was my show. Andrea was my favorite. Which one was it? Hollywood X. Oh. Andrea Kelly. Yeah, y'all. Let me know if y'all want me to look some up. Because right now I'm just going with the wind. I'm just going with the wind. And I don't want to get bored and bore y'all.
For me, people still to this day say, I didn't even know R. Kelly was married.
I didn't
really
either.
was. I always say I'm the phantom wife. Like, we think she exists. She's like Santa Claus, but nobody's ever seen her. I am Andrea Kelly, and everybody calls me Drea, aka Baby Hair. I'm from Chicago, Southside girl, born and raised. I know about playing double dutch on the corner. I know about seeing people outside singing and dancing. I just came from that rich history, being a Southside girl. You were poor, but you didn't know it. My parents always exposed me to the arts. I first fell in love with it. I had to be about 10 years old watching Fame. And Debbie Allen, I can say, was like my first real dance teacher. My mom would move the furniture, and that's where I would rehearse. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I knew as a young girl
that I would be a dancer. I met him during his 12 Play album. So that was like his first solo album where he was just coming out as R. Kelly. And that was the first tour I did with him. And our worlds came together. And we were inseparable from the day I became his choreographer. It seemed like it snuck up on me. I was like, okay, I don't know. You R. Kelly now. I know you got a lot of girlfriends. We ain't gonna never be together, boo boo. I ran for him for 2 years. Like, no, ma'am. Oh no, I don't want to be your girlfriend because you got about 1,500 of those. And then one day, I don't know, he just wooed me, and I looked. I was like, he cute. Okay, man, we might be able to do this. Let me see what we working with. And it just seemed like overnight, it just turned into, and I think because we were friends first, that it was easy because I loved him as my friend. So to fall in love with your friend, it was just an easy transition. It wasn't one of those, okay, he's sending me flowers and jewelry and clothes and cars. It was like, dude, let's go to McDonald's. Let's get this little 9-piece jumping off in a Coke and talk about playing basketball. So we just had that bond. That was really, really cool. And there you go. Next thing I know, we getting married. We have our first daughter, Joanne. We go on tour. I'm knocked up again. We have Jaya. We go on tour. I'm knocked up again. We have little Robert. So our life, it just went from homeboy, homegirl, dancer, choreographer, fiance, wife. Now we've got kids and nannies. We got a bus with toys and cribs and extra security. And I'm just wigging out because I'm like, how did it go from a girl on the South Side getting food from a soup kitchen to R. Kelly's wife? You know, I think the strain of, I feel like I'm an artist just like you are. I'm as passionate about my dance as you are. But then it went from you were Suge to his dancer, to choreographer, to wife, to mother. Or you'd say home. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What happened to my dream? And at that point, it's like, I have to choose me or him. And for my children to be a whole mother, for Drea to be a whole person, I have to put me first. The biggest difference in my life, I would say now, is I'm in control. But the downside is nobody goes into a marriage thinking, let's get divorced. If this doesn't work, we'll just get divorced. So my family's broken. Those 3 children that we have were out of love. So it's like we had good times, and that was my friend. And at the end of the day, I lost my friend. And it's hard to deal with. And I hope one day we'll get back there. For the young ones, I call them the babies. I would tell them, focus on what's under the red carpet, not the red carpet. Because under there's pain, there's gossip, there's scrutiny. There's times when you're going to have total access to everything, and then you're going to be totally shut out. You can't get into this game broken. You cannot. It will destroy you. I'm trying to date, but this isn't going very well. I don't know. It's very hard. Oh, you get the flowers and they're so sweet. And then you figure out, okay, how do I ease this old R. Kelly thing on in there? To see their faces when you go, well, I'm a dancer and a choreographer. I have a fashion line, 3 children. My ex-husband's R. Kelly. I live in Chicago. Back up. What did you say? Most of them run for the hills. But you know, the funny thing is, when men find out I was married to R. Kelly, first thing come out of their mouth, I know you a freak. I'm like, seriously? Are you serious? And like, that music has got to be about you. You get it in, don't you? I'm like, check please. Oh, the girls would say my catchphrases when I'm irritated. I could be so sweet. It is just rainbows and butterflies, but I will let you know, baby. Baby hair, don't care. Do not piss me off. Trust. I can be so sweet. I will take off these eyelashes on you in a minute. Baby hair, don't care. And I will let you know, boo-boo, check your email. When you're coming at me wrong, check your email, boo, before you say it to me, because you will get told. This thought, woo, baby, my tongue will give you a thrash.
Okay, Andrea is a whole class act. She is a whole caricature. But let me see. I think she's trying to define her self-identity. Did y'all want to finish watching that? Yeah, she's definitely an actress at best. And I did not know either. I didn't know she was married to R. Kelly until Hollywood Exes. I didn't know the man was married. Personally. Oh, I will. Nurse phone. Let's see. It makes no sense how they're trying to say he was married to Aaliyah while chasing her. Makes sense, huh? Makes no sense, but you make sense. You married to Aaliyah but chasing her. That's very true. Very true. Good one. Right. Because you said she said 2 years. He was chasing her for 2 years. Right. Hold on, let me see. I want to see when they said Aaliyah and R. Kelly was married. When they say that. Oh. I forgot, y'all. Y'all probably telling me in the chat. This 94. So she was supposedly married in 94 to R. Kelly, but R. Kelly was chasing Drea. Right. That don't make sense. Oh my God. Okay. I didn't know he was married for a while either. Yeah. Okay, baby. I had no clue. And she does not give the indication that she was being abused at that time either. I watched her on Hollywood Exes. She never spoke negative about R. Kelly. No, I couldn't stand looking at her and listening to her, even though she's phony. I think she does all that because she's like, it's for attention or something. Like she told Harvey on TMZ, ask about me. She wants her own identity outside of him. Yep. I'm sure he was because she was always, oh shit, okay, popping that coochie all over the dance floor. Absolutely. And that's what I had a problem with. Yes, if you was a freak, girl, that freak didn't come from him. You've been dancing for a minute on stage. Ride down memory lane. Yeah, she's really frustrated, I think, because of all the backlash and people calling her out and everything. But you know what? That's what happened when you put yourself out there. That's what happened. Then you have her daughter here.
Rolling camera.
Drea Kelly, and many people know me as Baby Girl. Some of y'all know me as Baby here. Wow, I'm a mother of 3. That's my pride and joy, my 3 children. But I would say my first love is dance. My family said that one day, toddler, I wasn't walking yet, and I didn't do much crawling, bottle still in tow, went over to the TV, pulled myself up, and they said Soul Train was on TV. And they said the first thing you did was dance. And it wasn't that crazy like kindergartner, I'm all off beat, have no rhythm. They were like, you were on beat, keeping time with the music. And my family said we knew from that moment on, you were going to be a dancer. This DVD is for women.
Okay.
And we need to go back to the day of the curvy woman. The very thing that made us sexy, that set us apart from men and little girls, are our curves. So I wanted to do a fitness DVD for that everyday woman who I want to keep my behind. I just wanted to go back north and quit going south. I love my thighs. I love my curves. And what better way to embrace it than with another woman with curves showing you how to do that. I also wanted to show women that you can be fit without ever going to a gym. I'm a dancer. People ask me all the time, are you a trainer? Do you run track? Do you lift weights? I'm like, no, all I do is dance. So I want to show women how to use every muscle from the top of their heads to the bottom of their feet, give them that long, lean, sculpted body without spending hours in the gym. And I've looked and could not find any DVD, no fitness regime whatsoever that did that. So I said, you know what? Don't talk about it. Be a girl, go do one. So that's why I'm doing this. And I just want women to feel comfortable in their skin. And it's about taking your power back. What is sensual for you? What is sexy for you?
Where's
We are
Sparkle?
so objectified and people tell us what's beautiful. Well, to me, I've seen women with full hips. And I'm like, really, Lord, you gypped me in the hip area. I've seen women that don't have full busts, but they have this shape that is just like, wow. And if we
Okay,
can
enough
see
for
the
her.
beauty in everything female, then we're on the right track in this DVD.
Okay, enough for her. So yeah. I don't know. Andrea wants her own identity, and I don't get a problem with that. I just have a problem with how she came and put R. Kelly out there, and she has kids. That's what I have a problem with. That baby hair is a hot mess with her funny looking face. I'm sorry, but she irks my nerves. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, Spice. I saw Dr. Rice now. Oh, thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know that's enough. It wasn't, I mean, she wants her own identity. J-Rock said, TMZ and Lifetime don't give a damn about who you are or your advocacy. They never did. Exactly. They care. It's all about R. Kelly. It's all about R. Kelly. That's all. It's him. He's the ticket. Meal ticket. Don't nobody care. Nobody care about that. About the other people. So y'all, as I wind down, that's really all I got, unless that's really all I have for now. But thank y'all for coming to the chat and bearing with me, because like I said, going live, it be having some technical difficulties, and that's all. But y'all have a good night, and I'm about to get up out of here unless some come up and I come back on. And thank y'all for coming out. And whoever donated, I think somebody donated. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate you for that. Thank you. I thought I saw that, but thank you. And until we meet again, y'all have a good night. Oh yes, Jocelyn, I did. Jocelyn, oh, before I go, I did get that Cash App. Now, I don't really use Cash App. It says pay. Do I click on that? Because I know that's a crazy question. I did get it. I did receive it, but it said pay. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to click on pay. Does that mean if I press pay, I'm paying you $20? What I'll do is check my account. Good night, Maria. Good night, everybody. I'm about to get out of here. I need to go lay down. I probably won't, but I need to. But yes, thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate that. Yeah. See y'all later.